Hello children, welcome back to my class. Let us continue rational numbers. Today's topic, additive and multiplicative inverse of a rational number. Let me explain. By which rational number would you add 1 to get 0? Obviously, 1 plus negative 1 is equal to 0. When we add negative 1 to 1, we will get 0. That means negative 1 is the additive inverse of 1 and 1 is the additive inverse of negative 1. Then, by which rational number would you add 1 by 2 to get 0? Same way, 1 by 2 plus negative 1 by 2 is equal to 0. Or negative 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is equal to 0. Which means negative 1 by 2 is the additive inverse of 1 by 2 and vice versa. So all rational numbers have its own additive inverse. Next is multiplicative inverse of a rational number. By which rational number would you multiply 7 by 2 to get 1? 7 by 2 into 2 by 7 is equal to 1. Is 2 cut, 7 also cut. The answer is product is 1. That is 2 by 7 is the multiplicative inverse of 7 by 2 and 7 by 2 is the multiplicative inverse of 2 by 7. So, multiplicative inverse we can say reciprocal. So, minus 7 by 3. The reciprocal of minus 7 by 3 is minus 3 by 7. So, all rational number is having a reciprocal. But 0 has no reciprocal. 0 has no reciprocal. Hope you understood how to represent a rational number on the number line. First, we have to check how to represent a natural number on the number line. That is, the line extends indefinitely at the right side of 1. Natural number means starting from 1 only. So, the right side of 1, 2, 3, 4, it will end endless only, infinity. This way we can represent natural numbers on the number line. Next is how we can represent a whole number on the number line. Whole number, the line extends 0 from the right side of 0. That is, line extends 0. Line extends indefinitely from the right side 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. This way we can represent whole numbers on the number line. Next is integers. How we can represent integers on the number line? That is, integers means positive and negative integers also there. So 0, middle 0. The line extends indefinitely on the both sides of 0. That is left hand and right side and the left side also. 0, 1, 2, 3. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Line extends. These are the ways to represent natural numbers, whole numbers and integers on the number line. Next is how we can represent a rational number on the number line. That is 1 by 2 and negative 1 by 2. This 1 by 2, negative 1 by 2 is the additive inverse of 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 is the additive inverse of negative 1 by 2. Now, this is two types of rational numbers are there. That is, one is numerator is less than denominator and the other is numerator is greater than denominator. Here numerator less than denominator 1 by 2. That means, which means numerator less than denominator. 1 less than 2. So, how we can represent this on the number line? That is, if numerator is less than denominator, the number lies in between 0 and 1. Keep in your mind, if numerator is less than denominator, this number, the rational number, lies in between 0 and 1. So we can draw the line and you can mark only 0 and 1 because 1 by 2 lies in between 0 and 1. Then after that, should check how many parts this we should divide. That is, denominator is 2, 1 divided by 2. So we have to, denominator tells us how many parts we have to divide 0 and 1. This part. Denominator is 2. So we have to divide in between 0 and 1 2 equal parts. So 0 we should not count. So first part 1. After that, this is the first part. You have to mark here. Then after that, this is the second part. Here already 1 we marked. Then after that you should check numerator. Here numerator is 1. So the first marking 0 away from 0, first marking here. So here is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is here. 1 by 2 is here in between 0 and 1. Next is how we can represent negative 1 by 2 on the number line. Negative 1 by 2 means left side of 0 we have to mark. Left side only negative numbers, negative integers. So in between 0 and 1 only negative 1 by 2. Same way, denominator is 2. So 0 we can't count. After 0, equal part here only. So equal parts. This is the first part. This is the second part. Then numerator is 1. So here we can write 1 by 2. Negative 1 by 2. Not 1 by 2. Negative 1 by 2. Here we can write negative 1 by 2. Now, when numerator is greater than denominator, how we can represent a rational number? That is 8 by 7 and negative 8 by 7. We can check now. 8 by 7 means numerator is greater than denominator. 8 is greater than 7. First we have to convert 8 by 7 into mixed fraction. You could have learned this in earlier classes. Let me show quickly how. 8 divided by 7 you have to do. 1 sevens are 7. How we can convert this into quotient, remainder by divisor. That means quotient is 1. This is quotient. This is remainder. This is divisor. Quotient 1, remainder 1, divisor 7. So 8 by 7 mixed fraction, 1 by 7. Here 1 is the whole number part, this is the whole number part, this is the fractional part, proper fraction part. Now obviously 1 by 7 lies in between 1 and 2. Whole number part is 1. So 1 is 8 by 7 is lies in between 1 and 2. So you can mark only 1, 0, 1 somewhere here, 2. Now after that proper fraction part 1 by 7. So denominator tells us how many equal parts, that is 7 parts. We have to divide this part into 7 equal parts. And after 1 you have to count first part, second, third, 4, 5, 6, Then seventh part is here only 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, here 2. So first you have to convert this number into mixed fraction, that is 1 by 7. Then the denominator of proper fraction part, that is 7 only. So this denominator tells us how many equal parts, that is after 1. This is the first marking. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is the last marking. That is first part 1. This is 2, this is 3, this is 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now, then numerator is 1. So the first marking you representing 8 by 7. That is here only 8 by 7 means 1 by 7. First marking is 8 by 7, that is 1 by 7. Now, how we can represent 8 minus 8 by 7 on the number line? Left side of 0. Negative integers are on the left side of 0. 0, 0, 1, negative 1. So this obviously negative 8 by 7 also lies in between negative 1 and negative 2. So we have to divide 7 parts. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So first part is here only. So minus 8 by 7 is here. Numerator is 1. So minus 8 by 7 is here. So what about other numbers? This is minus 8 by 7. So this part is minus 9 by 7. This part is minus 10 by 7. This is minus 11 by 7. This is minus 12 by 7. This is minus 13 by 7. This is minus 14 by 7. Just for your knowledge, I have written. No need to mark this because our question is represent 8 by 7 and minus 8 by 7 on the number line. Hope you all understood. Next topic is how we can find the rational numbers between any two rational numbers. Let us check. Find the rational numbers between minus 5 by 6 and 5 by 8. First, you have to convert these rational numbers with the same denominators. Here minus 5 by 6, denominator is 6. And in 5 by 8, denominator is 8. So we have to convert 6 and 8. Same denominator we have to. So here 6 2s are 12 but 8 2s are 16. Multiply and divide with the same number. When we are converting, how we can convert? Multiply and divide with the same number. 6 2s are 12 but 8 2s are 16. We can't. Now then next number is 3. So 6 3s are 18. 8 4s are 8 3s are 24. So we can here 6 4s are 24. Here 8 3s are 24. So we can multiply here 4 and here 3. Here also 3. When we are multiplying a number, we should divide also. So that is 20 by 24. And here is 15 by 24. So minus 5 by 6 minus 20 by 24, here 15 by 24. That is minus 5 by 6 is similar to minus 20 by 24 and 15 by 24 is similar to 5 by 8 or 5 by 8 is similar to 15 by 24. Now we can easily find the rational numbers in between these two numbers. Minus 20 by 24. This minus. Then in between minus 20 by 24, that is minus 19 by 24, minus 18 by 24, etc. How many rational numbers you want, that much you can find. Then 13 by 24, 14 by 24, then 15 by 24. Many rational numbers you can find. You all understood the lesson? Practice well, children. Thank you.